My name is Hope Boykin, and I am an educator, creator, mover, and motivator. I am artistic advisor for dance education at the Kennedy Center, as well as artistic lead for the Kennedy Center Dance Lab. I'm a former member of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater of 20 years, and today I will be unpacking and breaking down a section of a world premiere of How Love Sounds, created for the Paul Taylor Dance Company. So as the curtain's going up, the party is actually already happening. As soon as they look up, the music starts, and the first music you hear in this work is Antonín Dvořák's Nocturne in B major, and I chose it because it's what I feel we all expect to hear at the beginning of a love story. There's one person that doesn't have a partner, but we don't even notice it. He's just late to the party. And then there's something that no one else gets to see, this just experience between these two. So the two dancers in this first duet are Austin Kelly and Lisa Boris Casey. When I was making this work, I taught everyone in the cast all the parts, but then these two danced together, and almost right away I knew this would be their section. There's a little coy and play, and no matter how she falls, he's going to be there, you know, like in maybe this is what I wish love was like for me. Here are these moments that they're living in together, and every move she makes is led by him. He's supporting everyone. She can fall off and know that if she drops, he's going to be right there. But then again, there's another story happening at once. Sean Lesniak is this soloist interrupting this moment. They are dancing as if he doesn't even exist in this space, because how do you introduce a new character, right? You mention them, you see them, you give them some context within this story. These arms here are the exact same things that Sean is doing in the center. He's just doing them as if his arms are bound. He's in a tight space. Maybe he's in a crowd and can't really articulate that same movement the way, but if you see, he's still doing the same things, but it looks different because he's different, because he has been given different direction from me as the choreographer. And then all of a sudden, here comes this woman out of the upstage. Jessica Ferretti is getting added into this section. She's walking toward him because there's something that he's thinking about or pulling or longing, and he's just got something to say, and she wants to know. And this moment is super tender because every single time she touches down, it's like, how do you tell someone how much you love them? The cast is showing you their new characters now, and then the dance picks up because the music itself is picking up, but once again, strategically with Al Crawford's lighting direction, we still know where to watch. But when we open out, we see that then the stage is now decorated with colors. The costume designer, Mark-Eric Rodriguez, sent me a treatment of different images of Archibald Motley's. And I called him and said, that's it. And those are the colors from those images that I want. And so it's period-esque, but I feel like it looks like we're all in this one world. This section is like a nod to my best friend, Matthew Rushing, who's interim artistic director at Alvin Ailey. I found video of us dancing in 2015 on stage at the Théâtre du Châtelet in Paris, and some of this movement was in this work. He grabs her leg to wrap around him because that's how you want it to feel, I think. He's moving, and then she moves a little bit, and then she's willing to do whatever it takes for them to be in this space together. You know, and if they both go down, then she's with him at every moment. You want someone to ride or die with you, I guess. And these two dancers here in these red tones that match the psych, Lee Duveneck and Emmy Wildermuth, their story represents this challenging relationship later in the piece because she's always leaving. I'm slipping out. It's time to go. I've got to get up, and now I'm seeing you later. And then she takes off running. And so I'm setting their character development for their particular section. Devin Louie in blue and Jada Perriman in red perform later to my favorite song. And so it's, once again, just setting up these characters, knowing that you're going to see them performing together later. And then this is one of my favorite moments because we're back to that couple again, and she's not afraid to dive in. I like to include this in my works, this kind of Shakespearean presentation of, hi, I am, and then my name is, let's introduce Lisa again, and Jessica. I always giggle when Lee comes out and he does this look like, it's like he's a superhero. And then Madeline, and Emmy on her run. And then it ends with John because this is one of those transitions that so happens to be the new idea for the next section. I believe love should be radical. If we were radical with our love, we would be more forgiving, we'd be more kind. And so how love sounds is how I want to love, how I want to treat myself, how I want to treat others, and then the standard of which love should come to me. And if you haven't already seen this Dvořák section, the opening of How Love Sounds in its entirety, head to the link in the description for your viewing pleasure.